It looks like Rick hasn't been approved. They only asked for road and bridge materials. Was it your intention to include the Duco bids as well?
Yes,
But they're supplying rock or
sir.
fuel. All right. You ready, Chuck? Okay. It's now 11:31 or so, 32. Rice County Commercial Court convened, or went into recess at 11 a.m. and then we had a brief interlude after convenience break for Commissioner Mike Willis as a going away celebration, and they were reconvening our Commissioner Court meeting, which was posted on July the 18th at 9:52 a.m. and that was done in accordance with the rules and regulations of the state of Texas and the Open Records Meeting Act, section 551.042. So with that, Orange County is now back in session. We have a full quorum again, just as we did previously, with the same set of commissioners at seat. The next item on the agenda is to consider and take action on opening bids for road and bridge materials and awarding bids, which apparently everyone that submitted the bid is selected.
Road and bridge materials, it is legal to accept all bids.
And what about the
Fuel, no, it's one.
Okay. So this is my plan. On the fuel portion of the bids, I will be voting, so I'd like to have those voted on separately. On the material side of it, depending on who has submitted bids, I may abstain from voting, only because there's a potential that my neighbor contiguous to me might have submitted the bid, and if he did, I don't want to personally vote on, since we're business partners, I don't want to vote on something that he submitted. I'd rather just abstain from voting. And I will not have any opinions with respect to the selection of any of the bidders for the road materials at all. So I'm going to go completely silent, and I'll hand the mic to, since Jeremy did the speaking on Mr. Willis, I'll have you kind of take the lead on the rock bids. Okay? So rock bids are first, if you don't mind, and I'll hand this to Dr. Corey.
I'm just going to hand them to you as they are. So,
We need the motion. I guess we need the motion to open.
Make a motion to go into bids for road and bridge materials.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Okay. First we have Hooten's Hardware, or yes, that's what they go by. Yes, Hooten's LLC. This is a bid for culverts. Corey, instead of yelling them all out, do you have certain?
It's going to be 12, 18, 24, and 36.
Done. 12-inch diameter culverts are, I'm assuming this is a linear foot, $6.39 delivered. 18-inch is $13.60. 24-inch is $22.68. And 36-inch is $42.30 per linear foot. Yes, this is all plastic.
you'll put that back in the envelope, please.
It's your show, we're just doing it.
I did just.
All right, next. Come on. This just says Landon Davidson. Oh, RK Hall. Sorry. RK Hall. This is for 3/8-inch chip rock. Is price delivered to the yard, or price delivered is $42.10 a ton. Price delivered to the road, same $42.10. Pickup price $19. Grade 4, delivered to the yard $64.10. Road's the same. Pickup price $41 per ton. 3/4 inch base rock per ton delivered $35.60. Pickup $12.50. 1.5 inch base rock $36.60 a ton delivered, $13.50 picked up. Commissioner with us in the meeting.
He left us. This is RK Hall asphalt.
RK Hall. High performance cold mix delivered is $170. Pickups $160. I'm guessing regular cold mix is $98 delivered to the yard. On delivered to road, it says 27 cents per ton per mile. Is that right? Oil sand,
What is the pickup?
I'm sorry, $88 a ton picked up. Oil sand and hot mix, they're all the same. $98 delivered to the yard, 27 cents per mile, and $88 picked up. It's oil sand, cold mix, hot mix. Sir? Oh. You can cut your finger off.
Probably.
Pass that blade this way. I'll open it.
Long you ask.
Save your finger. Save your finger. All right, Longview asphalt. Cold mix per ton, $125 delivered to the yard, $128 to the road, $108 is the price to pick up. Type D is $132 to the yard, $135 to the road, $115 for pickup. And oil sand is $117 delivered to the yard, $120 delivered to the road, or $95 picked up. Okay, it has the specs of their stuff in here as well.
Where's RK Hall? Where are they located?
Greenville,
Greenville.
Newmanville.
This is Discount Culver's LLC.
These are do the same as 12, 18, 24, 36.
Gotcha. Metal.
Oh, no.
You want metal or all of them? Metal or just the
You
Plastic.
do metal and plastic.
the 12-inch culvert on metal is picked up. It's $15.36. The 12-inch plastic $14.50.
Picked
I'm
up.
guessing it just says $145.
Yeah, the plastic's usually lower than the metal.
Okay, hey, here we go. That's a 20. So the plastics are going to be 20 footers, $145. 18-inch metal is $22.88 a foot picked up. The plastic, the 20 footer is $300. 24-inch metal is $30.49 a foot. Plastic is $500 for a 20-foot culvert. 36-inch culvert metal is $46.20 a foot, and the plastic 36-inch culvert is $930. Delivery is $4 per mile. If it's on a bumper pull, $6 a mile. If it's on a gooseneck.
We don't ever have them delivered. We come
I was trying to read it.
It's like opening presents on Christmas morning. Ergon? That's in it. Well,
That's it.
Ergon, asphalts and emulsions. CRS2 per gallon delivered to the yard, $3.24. Same to the road, and price picked up is $3 and a nickel. It does have CSS1H4060. Delivered 161, picked up is 142. CRS2P 364 delivered, 345 picked up. CSS1H $3.29 a gallon delivered, $3.10 picked up.
What was the first price?
number?
Sorry, what was
The CSS1H
Yes.
$3.29 delivered, $3.10 picked up.
Doesn't feel good.
that is like the road oil.
That's for chip seal.
I'm moving to Duco to the back.
Okay.
Am I missing something now?
No, it's just, it seals the top of the roof, top rock, on top of the roof.
This one is Contech.
You can do it to the metal. We usually buy the oversized like the other company up here.
This is corrugated metal or plastic. Doesn't have a difference in price. Got it. You say just the oversized ones on this?
No, just the 12, 18, 24,
12, 13, 17 a foot. 18 inch is $19.75 a foot. 24 inch is $26.28 a foot. And the 36 inch is $39.15 per foot.
Do they have a 60 on there?
60 would be $69.37. That is per foot, and there is no. That's all pickup price. Price is going up.
And the road materials seem pretty good.
It looks like your bids didn't go out this time. I remember a couple of years ago, you hardly had any because they didn't get received.
More culverts. This is Ferguson Waterworks. (12-inch), 11.13. 18-inch is $21.04. 24-inch is $31.34. And 36-inch is $64.28. There's a 60 on that, you want it? 149.89 a foot.
Mhm.
Good job putting those back in there.
Do what I'm told.
Martin Marietta.
Yeah. You put it on a spreadsheet.
See if I can find my knife.
No. Up here, Diane, so we should put all these on a spreadsheet.
I'll hide behind my computer as you point.
All right, Martin Marietta. D-Rock is $32.75 a ton. Base 247 is $15.85.
What was that?
Should have listed as base number 247, type A, grade 1-2.
What was the price?
I'm sorry, $15.85. And then number 57 per ton is $27.50.
Is that all pickup price?
Yes, I'll pick up. And then here is 1 3/4 flex base is $15.85 a ton. Type D Class A is $32.75. And it has one CONC-ST. I don't know what that is. $27.50 a ton.
Mix, that's great.
Is it the oversized?
I think it has grade 3, 4, 5.
You said that's probably what kind of grade?
It's a mix, it's not just a grade 4, grade 3, and grade 5.
And then this one says 12-inch rip. $38.50. All picked up.
Yeah, the rib is big chunk, 12-inch chunks of concrete. You know, if you get a wash out or something,
I got some of that in my house.
we'll come get it.
Henderson Construction is this next one you can open.
BC Henderson. Flex base, crushed concrete, $2.75 per load. Well, it says ton, then 275 per load delivered. Let's do this. It says ton, $25 per ton, and I'm guessing that's another 275 delivered.
Yes.
That was confusing. I made it worse.
That's all we've got.
That's it. I think Lewis isn't watching this.
No.
All right, Woodrum.
While Corey's dragging his feet, Ronnie, in 5 years ago, since you're rain man, how much did crushed concrete cost 5 years ago, approximately?
$17 a ton.
What about type D?
Type D was 69. I want to say 68, 69.
Now it's 170,
Type D, no, it's 88.
88. What was the 170?
High performance.
High performance.
High performance. It was $100.
So
That's like primo patch material. This is high performance.
Woodrum Construction, LLC. This is haul only. Lester Pit. Does it matter?
No.
So like RK Hall from Greenville, they're charging $17.75. Arcosa, $22.25. Tyler Rail, $22.50. Or from Big City Forest, it's $23.75.
20 what now?
$23.75.
And I'm sorry, could you read me off the first name again? I'm sorry.
RK Hall,
Yeah, okay.
RK Hall in Greenville, $17.75.
Okay.
Then another one says Lester Pit. It's the same, $17.75. Do what?
We don't ever go there.
Okay. That is the last road material because this is fuel.
So we need to do these separately.
Duke on the only fuel that came in.
Yes.
I sent out 5 bids to 5 different companies. I just want to never reflect.
And Judge, since this is your first thing with this, it is up to Road and Bridge to do this the most economically, so they will always go with the lower price first, correct?
Always.
And availability.
Locality.
Yeah. So, it's up to them to manage it, but in case a pit is out and they need rock, that's why that legally that we can accept all road material bids. So,
Y'all want to say anything before we make that motion? Or?
Well, I was just going to say our fuel, we always pay attention to who has it cheaper. Now,
we're not talking about fuel now, we're just talking about road materials.
no. All that's good. It looks like everything stayed pretty much the same. It looks like culverts went up considerable amount. But everything else pretty good. The high performance, which is the real good patch, 160. It was 120 last year. So,
How much of a volume of that do you use?
well, we've been using oil sand lately just because it's 88 a ton. We do, when we're getting towards the end of the budget, we try to do the best we can with the quantity we have. So,
That's usually during the winter and rainy months that we'll use the high performance because it'll stay in the hole longer. And it's more pliable. It'll move without coming apart.
So we need to make a motion to accept all bids for road materials.
to accept all new yes, sir.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second by Jeremy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously.
Well,
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Passes unanimously with Judge Hilliard abstaining. You want to take back over for Duco?
oh no, you're doing really good.
Let's go.
I had no idea I was going to stiff him like that.
Now, the motion was made to do road materials. Do y'all want to classify this as road material, or do y'all want to make another motion about the fuel?
I always do fuel with material because I have to have fuel to get material. Kind of like when people haul for us, Their fuel charge
Your,
goes
your
into
call,
the
Judge.
material.
Just want to make for sure.
I'm good with it.
Okay. Fuel.
Well, actually, he's the buffer.
Are you good with that, sir?
So we made a motion on just materials. Do we need,
They're including that in the material
Yes.
because it takes fuel to go get the.
That's why I asked the question. I want to make for sure.
well, I guess it doesn't matter if this is the only fuel bid we get, right? As far as, doesn't have to be the whole.
The only one fuel bid?
I sent out 5.
This is just all we got back.
It doesn't sit in a no bid if they wanna stay on the mailing list. So if they don't get in a no bid, then they don't get mail again. It's in the packet explaining that.
Non-bio on-road diesel per gallon is $3.44.83. Non-biodiesel off-road per gallon is $3. And however you say that, 3.2533. I thought there was just a 9 somewhere on the end of those.
That's for taxes.
Non-ethanol gas per gallon is $3.66.75. Ethanol gasoline is $2.98.52. 87 octane. 93 octane ethanol gas is $3.79.18. Non-ethanol 90 octane is 4.0829 per gallon.
Pretty good price.
Yes. I've never seen this before. It says like day deals. Jeremy, you've seen that before we opened it?
Day deals?
Yeah. It says it's from fuel and resources.
It's that deli rate.
You have to tell them about it.
It says UL number 2 LED. 3.0973.
That's the bare minimum. And they charge.
You might want to explain how you let the bid.
Yeah, basically the deli
Speaking
rate,
back.
the deli rate, how it's explained to me is the main fuel, like coming down, is 309, right? Like the deli rate. So when you look at the diesel that Duco has submitted, he's not much further over the deli rate. So, which means, since he's not making much profit off of the county, due to the deli rate being 309 and the diesel being 325, so he's at I don't know what that percentage is that he's adding to it. But like if you see a company that turns in like $4 a gallon, you know that they're trying to make a lot of money over the deli.
So he's just showing that his markup is
Not extravagant compared to what he's getting it for.
This is him getting it plus hauling it and then selling it to us for this.
Right.
Simple version, rack plus cost.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's,
I learned something.
I did too.
yeah,
The judge educated me.
it's a way to have a fixed bid based on a wholesale price, with the only variable being the markup. So that way you always have a posted price, and that's what they've done there. So outstanding work as far as I'm concerned on your part.
Okay. So that concludes it.
I guess I'll just have to vote on it. You already voted on that, right?
Not on
Not
fuel.
on the fuel, okay.
Because we did it for a second.
I'm going to abstain on that too because of the fact that it's tied to material.
So I need a motion to accept the fuel bid for Duke Oil.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I abstain.
That passes unanimously with Judge Hilliard abstaining.
Yeah, so I want to thank the Road and Bridge Department for humoring me with these bids. Didn't you also post these in the newspaper?
Yes, sir.
So we,
You have a copy of it.
I ran them for the whole month of June.
right, so what we do now is, we're trying to do it, is we run ads and we actually bid out the work. And we've done this some in the past, I think. But this particular effort here was posted on June the 4th in the newspaper, June the 11th and June 18th. So the newspaper's making a little bit of money off of us, but more importantly, we're getting the word out. And then we're also seeking out new bidders. And so the Road and Bridge Department, well, and then coupled with that, we have contracts now that have been prepared by council and approved, and Corey's done a really good job of taking those contracts and modifying the addendums, because the contract is one thing; it's just a kind of a boilerplate document, if you will, that's been customized for us. But all the things that go into it that build the cost and the requirements for what the party is supplying to us are specific in nature, and therefore are things that he's done very well, and I'm sure Ronnie had a part of as well. So my hat's off to you guys for doing this, and I thank you for the work that you've done.
Good job, guys.
Discuss and take action regarding the implementation of Title VI policy for federal funding with the Texas Department of Transportation in Rains County, and act on the attached resolution designating Rains County Judge Jack Almost in connection therewith. Ronnie, I think you are going to help explain this because I don't understand it. But is there a motion to consider this or to approve it? Or
So moved.
So to consider and take action.
Second.
Okay. And the second, all those in favor of doing that, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so let's go over that. Ronnie.
I'm Ronnie Morty, I'm the road bridge administrator. Yeah, what we have is what's causing this Title VI compliance for the Discrimination Act of 1964. The reason why this is being presented now, we have a federal grant that is paying for the bridge to be installed. In order to do that, we had to be compliant with our Title VI Discrimination Act of 1964. You'll see that you'll have an assessment tool. You see you have an assessment tool which describes what we need to do in order to be compliant. They have different degrees. They have degree red, which is where we currently are. They have degree yellow, which is where we're hopefully going to be after today. And then we have degree green, which is go, which means we had to have a policy implemented and everything. For the first thing it needs is we have to have a signed Title VI policy statement, which you'll find in the packet. You'll see it says it's a non-discrimination policy statement, and it has to be signed by the county judge. So that'll be the first part that we do. And then we'll have to go to this demonstrated corrective action, which means the form that we have, and we have it on file for a template that we can integrate. The next thing will be the Title VI assurance, which is also has to be signed by the judge, which will implement this policy going forward that we can get going toward compliant, and that'll put us into a yellow instead of a green. And then when we come back, we put it on another court agenda. We had to have a plan, and that plan includes a policy. And you have a sample of a policy from a previous county that we can template off of. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just take those and apply them to our situation. And then that'll get us into the green, and then we'll be able to move forward with the bridge installation. Of course, it's just the beginning stage of that bridge. So It's a advanced funding agreement that we just approved, and this will be complementing that to get it to go forward. So we don't have a hiccup along the way before we get to the installation of the bridge. on County Road
And this had
14.
zero county match, correct?
Yeah, it's zero county match, it's zero state match, it's coming completely with the federal funds, and that's why we need to be compliant with the Title VI. And this will get us there. And we'll have to come back and put the policy, integrate the policy into our policy within the next 90 days. So this is something that we'll have to put on another court at a later date.
The entire thing?
Well, for right now, if we could get the non-discrimination policy statement signed, and then the assurance, the Title VI assurance signed by the county judge, will be well on our way. And then we'll forward that to our contact at TxDOT in Austin.
Can you bring those over here for them to look at? This thing's so thick. Is it this one out here?
Yeah, that's the policy.
That's the
Not
one.
the policy, that's a statement, policy statement is what that is.
That one needs to be signed?
That's the one that has to be signed by you. And then the next one is the assurance. You should have a copy of both of those in there.
Might have a sticky note.
I keep receiving emails from the lady wanting me to sign this,
Yeah,
and I keep not signing it. So where's the other one at?
that should be the next one.
Oh, judge needs to sign this one.
I put the little sticky notes on there.
Yeah. And these policies came from Jim Wells,
Well,
No, this-
those signature ones came from the
the text dot.
TxDOT in Austin.
And so this text dot policy here, that's their own policy. We can't revise it or change it in any manner.
No, we can't.
Okay.
We agree with it. That's
All right.
simply stating that we move forward in order to get the policy implemented.
Okay.
All right.
And if we don't do this, what if they don't want to sign it?
It could disqualify us from getting the bridge installed.
Okay. How much is that?
Last I saw it was like a little over $545,000 to implement that bridge on Swap Creek,
Okay.
County Road 1495.
All right.
So once this is done, what's the time frame are you looking at?
For them to start that letting process, they did the advanced funding now. I would say, I forget, do you remember what
It's about
Katie?
about a year.
Yeah, I think about this time next year, 2027, maybe the fall of 2027, probably be close. So.
Thank you.
Need a motion.
Yes, sir.
We'll make a motion. I talk around.
I know that she has a hard time hearing it in the recorders.
All right, I make a motion that we implement the Title VI policy for federal funding with the Texas Department of Transportation and Rains County, and act on the attached resolution designated Rains County judge to act on all matters concerning this matter.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Ronnie, I know that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You guys are turning into paper kings over there.
If you say so.
Discuss and take action on approving the retainer agreement with Jim Allison, attorney at law in Rains County, approving a resolution designated county judge to act as the chief executive officer and authorized representative acting on all matters in connection with this matter. Is there a motion to discuss this or to take action on it, or do both, or none?
I'll make a motion that we discuss retaining Allison Bass and Gahey.
Okay, there's a motion to discuss the agenda item BI. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second. All those in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let's have the discussion. What are your questions?
Well, I wanted to ask, I'm assuming that we are able just to pick up the phone and call him if we agree to this.
Yeah, we'll get you. Oh, speaking of the microphone, I said it.
Oh, I said, I assumed that we would be able to pick up the phone and call him at any time.
You can. It works a little differently to prevent the. And actually, our other agreement does the same thing, but the main thing is he wants to be sure. This law firm here is a little more picky about how work is given to them, and so they want to know when one person calls them that that they can start burning through money essentially. So, but having said that, he is on the list, so we can still ask questions that way as well.
Right.
But if it's on an item that's been approved by the Commissioners Court, then certainly anyone can talk to him. And I'm happy to have anyone designated differently from me if anyone else wants to take on the role of talking to lawyers. But
I do not.
But generally, how he does it is, or how they proposed doing this is that it would be done by project, and so we'd give them, if this is approved today, we would provide him with a list of projects.
Okay.
They will come back and give us the amounts, the estimates of what it's going to cost.
Oh.
And then we can go forward like that.
Okay.
And that's how I plan on working it due to the fact that the rates are so high.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want to be really careful. It's a much higher rate, but it's also an attorney that he's like the grandfather of
He's the grandfather of
In my
county
opinion.
government, right?
He's been around as long as I can remember.
Can we allow Mr. Frappier to come up? And
As long as y'all are finished with any other questions.
I'm good.
Any more questions? Mr. Frappier?
Well, thank you for letting me ask questions and make a few suggestions. I'd like to understand better why our own county attorney can't do this if we voted for him and we're already paying for him as well. If you can explain that, that would be great. I would like to understand the selection criteria that was used for selecting this firm. And I would like, if possible, the public might have an opportunity to make some suggestions on the criteria to select this kind of firm to help us with the things that we need some help with. And that the selection process, I understand you need some help now for pre-urgent projects, and that's fine. But I would suggest we give this firm a couple months trial. And if we like it, great, we can continue. And if we don't find that they're responding to our needs very well, we have the opportunity to have a selection process for another alternate firm that would do better. Okay? I think it's important because we're dealing with things we've never done before. It seems that we need someone that will be embracing our values and our priorities and will be a solution finder. Not someone who just tells us you can't do this, you can't do that, but that you can do this and you can do that. So a solution and a winner is a kind of personality. I'm assuming, and I'm pretty sure that you guys have done some work on that. This gentleman, Mr. Ellison, probably has those qualities, but it would be nice if we could know more about him and understand where it comes from and where he's going and have a chance to comment for making sure we all have a sense of belonging with this process. Those were mine.
Okay, give me your first question, please.
So what are the criteria?
I should have been writing it down. I was trying to listen.
Why do we not use our county attorney to do the help that we need now?
Okay. So you may not have been here whenever I was first elected, but when I came on board here through an appointment, I had 3 conditions. One is that we would have an outside law firm represent us.
Okay.
2, that we would obey all federal, state, and local laws. 3, that the decision to hire me at the time was unanimous.
And what? Which one?
It had to be unanimous. If it wasn't unanimous, I didn't want to have a monkey court.
Okay.
Okay, where there's a lot of disagreement. So that was agreed to in the sense that we complied with it. The reason why I asked for that is because our county attorney is a professional prosecutor. And he serves under the Professional Prosecutor Act.
Okay.
And he's busy. He's extremely busy. He doesn't have time. There's no way Mr. Vitito, and I have an immense amount of respect for him as a lawyer. I sit in my court every time we have court for Class A and B misdemeanors, and I've sat in the felony court for Judge Northcote in almost every court that he had for my first 6 or 7 months of employment here at Waynes County. And that office, in my opinion, today is understaffed and overworked. Mr. Benito, to this day, recently, in the recent past, has been spending as much or more time than I personally spend myself on Rains County business matters, like to 3 a.m. in the morning. So he does not have the time to go and do the very things that you just pointed out that you'd like to have done, which is the research and so forth. To go and do that because he has to effectuate the law. That's number one. Number two, he is required under law to give us advice, and when we call and ask for advice, he can provide it to us and give it to us. But I felt like, as a judge for civil matters, that we should have someone outside the county represent us, and this is not uncommon. This is not like a one-off thing here. And so that was agreed to. We voted on the selection of the law firm, and that's how this all came about. It's not because Mr. Benito is incompetent, because he's not.
Sure.
But it has everything to do with, frankly, just the bandwidth. And we struggled to find someone just to do criminal litigation here in Rains County, much less. So the other option would be to add a county attorney, right? And kind of split it out. Well, it's difficult to find that as well. So you bring in young talent, they'll go dig up the information, but it might, it's going to take a lot longer, and so forth. And there's certain people in our community that are very impatient. So that's including me. So that's the issue there with using Mr. Benito's office. It's not, and he's willing to do this. He would do it, and he would do it at no charge.
Sure.
But I feel like, and I've said this before, that it's just nice to walk in, sit on the bench, and me not have to worry about him having just previously disagreed with something he told me to go do that I disagree with from a legal standpoint. It's just a conflict of interest for me as a judge. It's not a conflict of interest for him to represent us necessarily. Okay. But there are certain he does have certain limitations on what he can do, and that's you can do a public information request. I'll be happy to give it to you if you want it. But that's the route that we've chosen to take, and it's not an unreasonable route. It's one that many other counties in this area have chosen to go do.
Okay.
What's your second question?
What are the criteria for selecting Mr. Ellison in this case, but any firm to do the expert work you're talking about?
Right. So, county government is really different. It's there are a lot of different laws that sometimes they conflict with one another. I'll give you an example of a law that conflicts on the criminal side that I just experienced this week. We had a person that was in jail that had committed a family violence case. The family violence case, when you commit family violence as an act against a family member, then you can't bond out of jail without posting a bond. Okay? But then on the other hand, that's a Class A misdemeanor. On the other hand, if they stay in jail, they can't stay there more than 30 days. Well, this person couldn't bond out of jail. We couldn't pay our bonder because there's two different laws that were created and they conflict with one another. She had legal representation. She sat there for 58 days or so. So that's an example of conflicting laws. And we have those conflicting laws in the government code as well about how things work together. They were written at different times and not always in consideration of other parts of it. And so it makes it complicated and it requires some experience. So for the selection process, in this case, I've reached out to a lot of firms, but you go with the one that's willing to represent you. And right now, this is the one that was willing to do the work. And I think it's in the best interest of Rains County for us to have faster action. Time is money, right? And as time goes by, as was pointed out in another testimony earlier in the public session, the longer we wait to establish our subdivision rules, the longer we wait to address and update all the ordinances that we have in Rains County, the more risk we have.
Right.
In addition to that, the longer we wait to protect our water rights, the longer we wait to do all these things. All of this stuff is ticking, and every time something comes in, it gets grandfathered in because it's not. If a project gets built or permitted, right, it may not necessarily be. It may not apply like in the fire drill. It may not apply to or be subject to any new rules that we create. And so from a business standpoint, you're just going to have to trust us on that to know that we're weighing all those decisions and trying to make the best decision that we can possible. When we first came here, it was difficult to find any law firm to represent Rains County. As a matter of fact, I had to call a district judge, and that person was hired at, I agreed to call me back at 8:30 that night, and we spoke until 9:30. So literally in 15 minutes, that person called me, and we had retained that person. So it's different today because we have, we've had several candidates, but this is the guy, this is the person that we need to do it. This person, you can go look him up. He's immensely qualified to do this work, and he represents all the judges in the state of Texas through the Judges Association, and he is authority. He is the authority on that. So, and the breadth of their scope is, they can not only do the advising part of it, they also have the litigation part of it, as you may know from prior things on Facebook or whatever. But that firm represents TAC, Texas Association of Counties. That firm has been hired, the same firm, Mr. Allison, has been hired by Texas Association of Counties to come in and represent Rains County in the litigation that's taking place in Tyler right now. So they're not foreign. They're not a foreign known entity to us. And in my professional opinion, this is the way we need to go for the time being. If you come up with anyone better, I know you know where my office is at. Okay. But I've done my work on it, and this guy's known. You can call anybody in the state of Texas, and I don't think you're going to get a much different answer than what I just told you. And he advises a lot of counties, and he's familiar with water districts. He's familiar with everything. There's nothing that you're going to surprise this guy with.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Is there any other questions?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
And if I misstated anything, please speak up, Commissioners.
He did have a question about the, using him for 60 days or whatever. And if we don't like him, then we can, but that's also a term that's in his, that's inside this agreement that within 30 days, he can get rid of us or we can get rid of him. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I didn't touch on that, but I'm kind of the way I kind of look at this point in time is, I walk into my closet and I want to go hunting, and if I only have one gun, then that's the only gun I get to shoot that day, right? Or I can walk in my closet and choose between the 220. And I'm not saying publicly that I have all these, but just a 223, a 308, or whatever the caliber is, and I say, I think I want to shoot that instead of this one because I'm going to go bear hunting, I'm going to go whatever, I'm going to go elephant hunting. Well, I need a 400 caliber or whatever, So, like to your point earlier, using the gun analogy in the sense of applying it to a law firm, there are different law firms for different reasons and things and needs, and so that all has to be looked at on a very individual basis, and we will continue to do that, just like we've looked at the pricing for fuel or anything else. We're trying to dissect everything that we can. Unfortunately, when you start dissecting problems, decisions take longer because it takes more effort to dissect something to figure it all out. And as I said before, it's not easy. Just getting a fire marshal, frankly, is not easy in the middle of the budget year. I can tell you that right now. So that's just one example of many, many, many things that we're dealing with here routinely every day in Rains County. And it's not just us; it's every county, frankly. And so, in some senses, maybe we're leading the way. In other ones, maybe we're trailing. I don't know, but that's where we're at.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the retainer agreement with Jim Allison, between Jim Allison and Rains County, and also approve the resolution designating the county judge to act as its chief executive officer and authorize representative to act on all matters.
We have a motion to approve essentially in its entirety item BI, Bravo India. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second from Commissioner Jones. Any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that carries unanimously. Thanks for your questions. I think Mr. Willis might have quit because I talk so much. But I want to make sure that people understand that there's a fine line between how that works out. And I also want to tell everyone that's here, there's just a few that come here regularly, but in spite of what you may believe or not believe, and I'll just say this, we always appreciate people coming, because if you don't come and let us know what you're thinking, then we don't know we don't know how people are feeling, because the attendance today is really low, right? So I like the people who show up. I want you to come and learn. And we like questions and input because it helps us be better. It makes us better people, and it allows us to make better decisions, whether it's clarifying an amount that was missed in the reading of the bid or whatever. It just helps us be better. No, she couldn't do it. As far as items proposed, I have two items that I was wanting that I will be putting on the agenda. One is I want to accept Jim Jones's. Well, it's already legal, so it's not like he's sitting up here illegally. But I want to accept his oath of office into our Commissioner Court records. I think it may already be filed there, Mandy. Is that right?
It's not stamped.
Oh.
It's not in OPRs yet.
Not in OPRs yet, okay, but it will be.
Okay.
So, so I want to accept. That'll be something I will just officially do for the public, just so it's just another official act that takes place. And then today we kind of pinch hit, but someone up here has to decide who the pro tem is going to be for time. Like you may not know this, but Mike Willis didn't just sit here in the middle here because he was just a good guy. He sat here because he had been voted on in a prior meeting somewhere way back when. I don't know when.
It is actually stated as senior commissioner.
Senior commissioner to go and do that. So I'd like to have, and we have two senior officials currently, and that would be these two guys right here that can serve. And so that needs to get hashed out in the Commissioner's Court meeting. I'd like to have this official vote on that, just to make sure that that's on board. I split it up today, and I guess I kind of host Commissioner Young on that deal.
Yeah, you got the short end.
That's kind of fun.
I'd have cried reading Mike's.
So, anyway, that all worked out really good today, but those are two things that we want to put on there. We can look doing some of the other stuff that you'd asked for. It really depends on having conversations that just don't say anything, don't mean a whole lot. So we need to get some input from our council. We have the council now, and that will be when I leave this room today. That will be something that I will be hyper focused on. And then, so I guess it's too late to really talk about it, but with all these things that we do, they all cost money. You saw today we made one decision about windows, and we fixed what we had to, but we didn't necessarily fix everything that we need to. Probably, I don't know. We'll see how that works out. So, sometimes you have to realize who you are and what you have, and then figure out, and then prioritize those as you best you can while you have the money to go and do it. And that's what we're trying to do in Waynes County, and at the same time be really efficient with it. Does anyone else have anything on the future agenda item?
I'd like to add for the next agenda, the wellness coordinator, Lori Hutchins, will be retired. I guess she's retiring, or anyway. We need to add another wellness coordinator. It'll be with TAC, so someone to be thinking about if you'd like to. It's part of the renewal.
Which, with her retirement in August, we probably could send it after she retires.
Oh, okay.
Because it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
affect the rate.
So we don't have to.
So we put that on the next agenda item. Anything else? We could have other exciting things that come up.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
I'd like to nominate Jim Jones as the new health coordinator.
Oh, but there's a laundry list of things we're going to nominate him for the next meeting.
You're gonna have to put that in a long line of what I give them.
I can do everything.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
There's a motion to
Second.
adjourn. A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Our meeting has ended at 12:29 p.m. Thank you for coming.